up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right, another incredible morning of heroes that it's going to be. There is no other place in the world that I would rather be than right here, right now, to share with you some incredible stories of heroes. And our lineup is just, again, off the hook. And before I introduce who we're going to have on first, let me tell you a little bit later about what's going on in the show. We've got the COO of an $8 billion company, Land O'Lakes and Purina. Later on, we're going to have the three-time All-Star first baseman for the Boston Red Sox, Mo Vaughn, and you're going to have to hear what he's doing now. And we'll be ending the show with a tactical training expert who is drawn into the highly specialized industry. When you see and you hear what's going on and what he's doing, it's just off the hook. But let's go ahead and let's start off with our first hero today. No other than the Wish Man. Let me tell you why. He is the founder of, are you ready for this? The Make-A-Wish Foundation, an extraordinary charity that grants wishes to children with life-threatening illnesses. That's Frank Shankwitz. Now, Frank, what an incredible creation of something that you've created. Everybody knows Make-A-Wish. Everybody. But how did this come to be? What inspired you to do this, and then inspire you specifically to do it for children?
Well, and first of all, thank you for inviting me on your show. Really honored to be here. And just because of the time limitation, Make-A-Wish started all because of a 7-year-old boy named Chris, who unfortunately, and this is back in 1980, had terminal leukemia. And his heroes during that time were Ponch and John from the television show Chips. And I was a Arizona Highway Patrol motorcycle officer at the time. And in fact, we had trained initially with California Highway Patrol. So our uniforms and motorcycles, almost everything was identical, except obviously ours said Arizona. But his family contacted our department and said, we have this little boy, again, his heroes are Ponch and John. Is there any way that he can meet a motorcycle officer? Just to maybe help him through the day or something. And our department arranged that. And because I was on a squad of 10 men that worked the whole state of Arizona, 2 weeks in one town, 2 weeks in another town, and was working with a lot of children in these little towns, the director asked me if I would be the one to meet Chris. And again, just expediting the story, he was picked up at his hospital on our state police helicopter, flew into our headquarters building, where it was the first time I met this little boy, and expected the paramedics to help him out because he's just coming off IVs. But here comes this little boy just laughing, charging over the motorcycle. Hi, I'm Chris. Just happy as can be. And what I recognized was all of a sudden he's a typical 7-year-old. He's not a boy that's coming off IVs. But Chris became that day the first and only honorary Highway Patrol officer in the history of the Arizona Highway Patrol, complete with his own uniform we had made for him, his motorcycle wings that he really wanted. That was his big thing, to be a motorcycle officer. His own badge, which is still assigned to him today. And unfortunately, Chris passed away a couple days after that. He was buried in a little town of Kewanee, Illinois. My director asked if I would go back and with another motorcycle officer and give him a full police funeral, which we did. Chris was buried in uniform. His grave marker reads, Chris Gracious, Arizona Trooper. And we were joined by Illinois State Police, City Police, County Police. Everybody that didn't know this little boy just wanted to help. And I recognized this. His wish had become true. And flying back to Arizona, I just started thinking, we made this wish come true for Chris. Why can't we do that for other children? And that's when the idea of the Make-A-Wish Foundation was born.
And I mean, can you believe now, how many wishes so far have been granted?
Because of this one little boy, 36 years now later, there's over 350,000 wishes have been granted worldwide. There are 62 chapters in the United States, 36 international chapters on 5 continents. And the figure that just blows my mind away, Dave, is every 28 minutes on an average, a wish is granted somewhere in the world.
I'm getting some texts here from listeners and stuff. They want to know, what's one of the most difficult wishes you granted, and what's one of the most popular?
Well, the most popular right now is the Disney type wish, the Disney cruise, the Disney World. The most difficult, that's so hard to answer. And there's one in Arizona, as a matter of fact, that was somewhat difficult. A girl on the Navajo reservation, while she was in Children's Phoenix Hospital, she got to watch TV for the first time. And she fell in love with the Discovery Channel. And her wish was a television. Now, you'd think that'd be very simple. But as the wish granters went up to research that we're going to do this, she lived in a Hogan, no electricity, no anything. So this simple wish involved generators, satellite dishes, and everything else. Of course, we made it happen. But that little simple thing, you can buy a TV, you plug it in, turned into a very expensive proposition, but we made it happen.
Now, Frank, being the founder of Make-A-Wish, now that, again, everybody knows, I've got to ask you this, though. With all these wishes that you've granted, what's a wish that someone can grant you?
Oh, boy, that's a hard question. And I was asked that by Hollywood a couple of years ago. They said, what's your wish? And I said, I just like my story to be told. Just kind of kidding around with these people. Well, we're in the process now of pre-production of a major motion picture titled The Wish Man. We hope to start filming. It's scheduled to start filming in April of next year in northern Arizona.
Incredible. And you're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Cogan. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align. We'll have Frank's information too on our website, so you'll be able to go to his website, be part of the community, Eliances.com. And I can't wait to see that movie. Now, you've also received numerous awards. You've been recognized by the White House in President George W. Bush's term. You've received so many various awards and stuff, even an honorary doctorate in public service. But how can children who want to grow up make a difference in, well, the world, okay, like you have? What can they do to make the place better, a better place to be?
Just respect your surroundings, respect your elders, respect your property, but most of all, respect yourself. And I feel if you do that as a child, you're going to grow up to a characterful human being, adult, that when you do achieve that adulthood and a little bit of success, you can start, in fact, giving back to your community. Everyone can be a hero.
And you retired from a 42-year career in law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever think in a million wishes that you would be where you are today?
Well, I'm glad I'm alive, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I'm so fortunate. I had a career with the Air Force. I had a career in law enforcement. And now I have this whole new career, and a career with Make-A-Wish, obviously, but this whole new career as a motivational speaker, author, and looks like a filmmaker, too. So. And
where can, what books do you have, and where can we get them?
Wish Man is available on Amazon. It was just released last week. And like I say, it's available on Amazon, and pretty soon we'll figure out which stores we're going to.
Incredible. We've got a little less than a minute, but I need to ask you this too. What's the best way for someone to do something for someone with a serious illness?
Oh, boy. And again, we're dealing with children, but there's even with adults, there's called the Bucket List Foundation that's based here in Arizona, which takes care of literally wishes for adults. But just help your community any way you can. Give back. It doesn't take money. It takes time. It takes in-kind donations.
Incredible. Well, I'd also like to thank Justin Reckla, who we call The Rock. He's a member of Eliances with Reckla Group, for nominating you for being a hero. You make dreams come true. You help those with life-threatening illnesses. And in your prior career, you helped and protected everyone as a highway patrol police officer, homicide detective. Incredible. Wishman Frank Shankwitz. Find him at www.wishman1.com. Thank you for being a hero and making my wish come true by interviewing you. That's a hero. With that, David Cogan with Eliances.